Higher Voltage.
Yes, sir. We back with another episode on Higher Voltage. I got a very, very special guest in here. Mcklezie, what's good?
What's good, man?
Y'all already know. You already know. Bless up. Good to have you, man.
Yes, sir.
So y'all already know, if you don't know, for the viewers out there, this is 1/3 of Grindmode. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got his label mates and partners, Chaos and Hunger. But hey, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm happy to be alive, man. I'm just out here grinding, staying focused, staying out of trouble and trying to make some good music. That's it.
I know that's right. In my introduction, I forgot to put hit maker. You know what I mean? Hook slayer, you know what I'm saying? Got the hooks going crazy.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Man. So let's take them back a little bit. Let the people know more about your background, where it all started, where you from, and
Yeah, well, for those that don't know, this is your boy Mcklezie, Carrot City's golden kid, Mr. Rah, 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 Ray, 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 and all that good shit. 1/3 of Grindmode, your baby mama's baby daddy, the new Bruce's million, aka bitch, I'm still here after all these years. Now that that's said,
facts.
I go back to this group called Iconz. We dropped a big record called Get Fucked Up years ago, and it's just always been up since then, man. Working from Iconz, you know what I'm saying? A couple years later, I dropped the project with the group, with the squad Grindmode, and we had the I'm So High, you know what I'm saying? We had the Ecstasy Flow.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And we were just making good, feel good music for the people, man. That's always been my main thing, to stay positive and be, give them something nice to dance to, you feel me?
So, we're going to take our time because, we got the Iconz music era before you got to the Grindmode era with the age difference and the gap. So let's start off with Iconz, man.
Let's go.
When you first was writing them lyrics down on that pad and you like, yo, check this out, I just wrote this.
Right.
Like, take them back to that first record where you knew, like, man, I got something.
I'm a rapper from Miami, so we always feel like we got something, even
facts.
if we don't. Man. We be like, man, that shit hard.
Yeah,
man.
Facts.
But with the whole Iconz thing, that kind of happened out of like family, you know what I'm saying? We all grew up together, not in a sense like, but just like we was young in the game together, whatever like that. And I was just left the label with Drunk Drew, Science Room, and I linked up with these boys that, through neighborhood friends or whatever. The committee, Iconz, which was Track, Fentz, Tech, Chap, and Carl at the time. Being together and vibing, and we just, we always would push each other harder, you feel me? And, we just learned to grow with the music. We learned the whole music game together, like, you know what I'm saying? I was really more focused on the music, making music, rapping. I was a super MC, one of those like
versatile
bars after bars after bars.
Right.
And dealing with these dudes, we kind of like honed my style, and I was also singing a lot. So, I gravitated towards singing and doing verses that kind of like meshed them together.
Right.
And I had my own little particular sound, you know what I'm saying? And it's thanks to, the committee for helping me blossom and bloom that into something.
Most definitely.
I was singing on records before, before T-Pain, real talk.
Yeah, before it was hot to do.
Yeah, before it was hot, when, like nobody was really doing that.
So how was it back then being ahead of your time, introducing like a certain sound to people that they're not used to hearing? So, people fear what they don't know. So they hearing you come with this sound and you ahead of your time, knowing it's going to be hot soon. How was people adapting to listening to those new records that you was coming
I mean, I was an acquired taste as far as I went. I felt like, either if you messed with it or you didn't, like, like it's just what it was. But I never really felt like I was ahead of my time. It's just like I always was, I want to do something different. I don't want to do the same thing that this person doing.
Right.
I don't want to do the same thing. Yeah. And being that I'm from Miami, but I got an up north background, I was already kind of like the outcast of what I was doing because I didn't sound like the typical Miami rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like me singing, it was a little bit more of a universal thing. So I just put melodies behind my verses, and then me doing what I was doing, it just made it stand out. But like, it was just me just having fun and not wanting to be like everybody else.
Right. Let's take them back. Around that time you're doing your brotherhood with the committee.
Mm-hmm.
What were some other outside inspirations in the music game that you start taking toll to, like outside of your brotherhood that you got from the committee?
Oh man, Case One, I'll say this, Case One, if there wasn't no Case One, my sound wouldn't be the way it is right now, because didn't really know who he was. I met him battling one day, and then later on I found out he was with Slip and Slide and Trick Daddy. So like
they had a group with
Lost Tribe,
yeah.
Last Tribe.
Shout out Case 100.
Yeah, and his energy and he was like what Miami sounded like to me. Like if I had to envision what Miami was, it was him.
Right.
And then later on, going on the road with Trick and Trina, I got to like see how the people interact with them, how they shows between, Trick, Trina, Money Mark, CO, like the way they meshed, it's just like that really influenced, the music I was listening to and how I wanted to be on stage. Then you throw in the other aspects of hip hop, like, the Busta Rhymes and his performances. I was a big Jay-Z fan when he came out. Tribe Called Quest for sure, like influenced me. Like even to this day, like if you hear my music, you'll, if you know Tribe Called Quest, you'll be like, oh, I can see where he got that from or whatever like that. The different rappers, people that didn't sound like everybody else, that's what caught my attention.
Most
definitely.
What I'm
saying? That's what made me be like, all right, I'm really gonna have that influence what I'm doing right now.
So I was gonna ask you, around that time that you came up with Get Crunked Up.
Yeah.
What parts of the record that you was jotting down and you was just like, damn, this a vibe right here. Like
it was all right. So speaking of Trick, we was just leaving Kappa Luau.
Right.
We was promoting we had an album, but we didn't have no single. Like we had the album done when Street Money came out, but we didn't have no single. And I know that was like the pressure point on everybody who went up to Kappa Luau, like, yeah, we need a single, we need a record, whatever. So we were coming back, and I had this idea I was doing with Case, and we coming back from Kappa Luau, seeing how they vibes, and I don't remember exactly how it went down, but I know they had a track sitting there ready, and they kind of did the get fucked up or get fucked up.
Right.
So I remember getting off the road and going up to the studio, and Track is in there, and he plays the track, and they had I think all they had was the get fucked up part.
Right.
And I went in there, I'm like, I'm high as fuck when I get in there, and I think Track was like, man, what the fuck what is he doing? I'm like, yo, trust me. And I, kind of like sketched out. There was no writing down the hook. I was just like, it started with the mumbling.
Right.
Get fucked up. That was already there.
Right.
Get fucked up. So then once I was like, man, what's gonna get the crowd crunk? What's gonna get them? So that's when the words started really figuring in. If you smoke weed now in this bitch and you all want to climb, got a drink that you can't put down. Want to fight when the shit go down? Get fucked up.
Get crunked up. Yeah. That's a Miami classic for the viewers that's far away, South Florida. Like these are legends. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our culture, every city or state got a culture. New York, California, Detroit. And this is our Miami culture. But go ahead. I just felt like, when we start to get further, you got other people watching further. They need to know what's going on in our city, and we appreciate what's going on in our city. So go ahead.
So that right there is just like, it was turned up, but then it was like, it's still missing something. And I think that's, we did the owls, and I was like, the cadence and how it's rising, I want to do kind of like a riser thing. And I wanted to do a different sound. So I think me and Track chopped it up, and he's like, why don't we flange that shit? Like, I didn't even know what the fuck flange was. We like flange that and give it that stretchy, eerie sound. So that's when you hear that.
Yeah, it sounds like a horn.
Yeah, that's me in the background doing them sounds. And just the whole way it was built up, and the energy and the cadence and how Tech did the track, and it's like, this is it.
Right.
You couldn't tell me no different. That was it. That was a hit.
Nah, I used to hear every block party, every radio station. And speaking of radio stations, I seen you do a lot of press runs, like with yourself as a solo artist, with the group Grindmode. I even seen you do one with Class Money. How important is it for you to do like press media and hit the radio station with your
I mean, it's super important. Like you can have the hottest record in the world, but if nobody knows it's the hottest record, then it's not. You feel me?
Right.
So you got to get out there. You got to get out to the public. You know, you can't just hide behind, you know, your social media and like, this is all I'm gonna do and this is what's gonna get me hot. No, like sometimes these people got to see you. They got to feel you. They got to, you know what I'm saying? They might not even like your record. But when they met you, your energy was so good and so positive, and you know, like, oh, this dude, I could actually go drinking with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got a record, I don't really like it, but I'm gonna play it.
Right. They like you as a person.
Yeah. But they can't get to know you from social media.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta get out there and vibe with people, and it gotta be more than about the music sometimes. You feel me? It's energies, it's meeting with people, like, you know, getting to know, you know, you got a daughter and like, like, you know what I'm saying? All that's important.
Bonding, like a personal relationship.
Yeah. A personal relationship. It can't always just be about music. Sometimes
or business,
Yeah, you get there and you're like, yo, I'm in your town. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a new record now? I'm in your town. What we got? Like, you know, is that helps because you ain't promised forever in this game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it get to a point where sometimes like your relationships, I got relationships that's over 30 years old, that if I call them, they'll play a record off the strength of, yo, man, boy, I remember when I ain't had no bread and you did this and that.
Facts.
You feel
favor
me?
For favor. So I want to tap in on that. Like, you did the Get Crunked Up, you know, and also later on, Grindmode, you had the I'm So High with the group. How was that working with your team and your label mates and your group, just creating another hit for all of the people to dance to? And it's feel good music, you know?
What's crazy about it is you get to a point when you have a record that's hot or it takes off, then you're only as good as your last record.
Right.
So, you know, me touring, going on the road, doing all this and that and this, it was cool. But the fan base and everybody else they get back to being doubters. Oh yeah, you did it once, but can you do it again?
Right.
Oh, you did it once, but was it a fluke? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, yeah, that was good, but that was a couple of years ago. What you got now?
Right.
So that was a pressure. I mean, the rest of the squad didn't have to deal with that, but I had that pressure on me because up until that point, you know what I'm saying? It's like oh, there go that boy Mcklezie from Iconz.
Facts.
And it was, you know, we can't build the Grindmode name until that's taken care of. You know what I'm saying? They got to know, all right, this is what he's doing right now. Sitting and doing the record or whatever is the same thing. It's like one of them things where it just hits me in the head. I'm fucking with the beat a little bit. I made something.
So you be cooking up too, for the people who don't know, behind the scene, he ain't just dropping vocals, he producing too, the whole production.
Yeah. I mean, I still need help every once in a while. You know, I'll be like, yo, there's a certain sound I'm looking for. I'll be like, Tech, what you think about that?
Yeah, Kanye, a lot of great producers, they still get a little, but you still rapping and producing too. You know?
You gotta take all aspects of what you're doing and learn it. You can't just be a good rapper. Sometimes you gotta be a good rapper and a good promoter.
Right.
You feel me? Or you gotta be a good rapper and a good producer, a good rapper and a good writer. Something else, so when you start falling off, you got something else that can get you still in the door. But I was cooking up or whatever like that, and I was actually doing the record for somebody else, YD. I was cutting the record.
Shout out YD. Hey, yo.
So I'm in the studio with, God rest the dead, Vito.
Vito No Shake.
No Shake. And I got this idea, and I did I freestyled it. So everything you hear is like, you just might be. I'm freestyling it, like, but this is the concept in my head. It's just like a vibe, you know. And I'm like, what you think? Vito, he's like, man, I don't know if I deal like that. I'm like, say no more. I took the beat. I took the beat that had the intro and the verse, and I went back to Iconz, and I'm like, Tech, I need something on this. I need
Guerrilla Tech for the people who don't know out there.
I need something. It's not all the way done, but I got an idea for something. You know, I mean, the rest is history, man. Like he put his sauce on it. He spin on it, add the extra pieces. Chaos came in and did like this verse that just was like meshed so well with what I was doing, the melodic. It was smooth, but the way he came in made it a little bit rougher for the crowd to, you know what I'm saying? So that the dudes couldn't be so like, I don't know, it's too girly for
So
me.
I got a question for you. How does it feel when you just going about your day, regular day, you ain't promoting, and you hear I'm So High or Get Crunked Up or Ecstasy, one of these records, and you like, man, wow, like they over there sticking and drilling and all this stuff to the music, and you just like, wow, that's me, and you ain't even trying to promote or nothing. They doing it naturally, like
that's a gift and a curse. Right. So I'm gonna say it's a gift because watching somebody just vibe on your music, I still get excited to this day. Like I still, when I see somebody riding out, I'll be like, that's me right now. Right, like, I still get excited or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a curse because if your music is further than you are.
Right. It's your seat in your name, and it's like putting a face with the name.
So I've had certain situations where somebody will be like, Mcklezie in the building, and I'm, like being snubbed or, like whatever like that. Y'all know who he is, and they'll play the record and it's a different vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's why it's a curse, because your music might proceed you, and you just sitting there and like, and you shouldn't have to go through, and this is just me and how I think, you shouldn't have to go through people knowing the song first to know who you are if you're doing your job right.
Right.
So it just means I need more. I got to get back in there and put more work into whatever I'm doing so that you know who Mcklezie is before you know his songs. But that's just how it is right now.
I'm here to give you your flowers right now, because there's a lot of artists worldwide and overseas that once they have 3 hits, like how you've been a part of 3 hit records, these people perform for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? No matter what shape, color, size, race they are. You got 3 hits or better with all these mixtapes and albums that you've been a part of and production. Like, you a legend, man. So it's an honor to talk to you. So leaving off that, I want to piggyback off that and ask you a question. What was your biggest moment in your career?
The biggest moment in my career.
Like, dang, I can't believe this happening right now. Like, it's real.
I'm gonna have to say the Iconz situation.
Right.
Because there was so many big things that happened for us to get to that point, that it was all first for not just us, but first for the cities too. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have Little Kim, who was a major artist, just come and jump on a local artist record for a remix.
That was big.
Yeah, for our music to be playing in Europe when nobody else from South Florida is playing in Europe first. It just made it just certain accomplishments that we did for the crib that it just was like it made it a bigger situation. But I've got like stories. Like, I could tell you a story about how we did the Super Bowl party.
Right.
And when I tell you, we was the biggest thing in the city at the time. I believe it was Tampa. We was the biggest draw. I think we were like the #1 song in the country at the time. And our show, it was, I believe, us and Trick Daddy. And down the road, it was Jay-Z. And down the road from that, it was Ja Rule. Our club was packed to capacity. It shut down their spots.
Wow.
So Jay-Z and Ja Rule, this is a true story. Jay-Z and Ja Rule came to our party. And I think, they were out there promoting. I think Ja Rule had the, can I get a what? And Jay-Z was performing. Jay-Z was Jay-Z already.
Right.
And they came to our party, and so I tell everybody that I probably am the only person that had Jay-Z and Ja Rule open up for them before they performed.
That's major.
Because they came on the stage, and they performed or whatever like that, and we just sitting there like down, and we hearing the story. They came to our stuff because their parties got shut down, so we was just feeling, that was probably like the biggest, like, yeah, we can compete with these guys right now.
So, like, what's one myth about the music industry behind the scenes that you feel like now that you're in the game, like the biggest myth that people like always come up to you thinking that it's one way and you're like, bro, it's not even like that?
I would say probably that the music business is mostly music.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be the biggest myth, because you have these guys that have no talent at all that are making it. I feel like I'm making the hottest shit. Why is my shit not matching theirs? Whatever like that. And that's when you got to take into account, well, sometimes it ain't just the music. Sometimes it's who you know. Sometimes it's who you plugged in with. Sometimes it's an age situation. Sometimes it's it's different factors to the reason why that dude took off. And once I learned that, and once I started understanding that, it made it easier for me to just do what I'm doing. But I had to get that out of my mind, that it ain't about how talented you are. It's about, what are you doing to make the people feel what you're doing? You feel me? And this is probably one of the reasons why I've got records that 20 years later, people hear them and they still feel the way and they still dancing. And then a new generation of people come up and be like, yo, I love that record.
Most
you
definitely.
know, that should definitely never know what that record is.
That's timeless.
Yeah.
You already know this Higher Voltage, man. We gonna get to y'all back in another segment, man. We got Mcklezie in the building. What's good?
Yee.
We'll be right back in another segment.
Higher Voltage.
Yes, sir. We back from a commercial break. We got Mcklezie in the building.
Yes, sir.
You
Real fine. What it do?
So lately, man, you've been in the studio, man.
Yeah.
What's the process like for you coming up with a record?
I mean, the process is pretty much the same. Like, sometimes I don't even like being in the studio to come up with the record. Like, you put me in the car, I'll vibe, and I'll play a track, and then something will come in, and then I'll go in the studio, you know. But I mean, the process is just letting the music hit real hard, and whatever comes out, like, you know, I get that harmony first, or the little melody to lay that down, like, just to feel it, and then you start adding the words to it.
So how important is it for you to make relatable music?
So here's the thing, man. Like, we get caught up in a situation where we want to follow trends, and right now the trend is kill.
Drill and all.
Yeah, and I've never been on that. I want people to listen to my music and be able to make it home from never the club alive. You know what I'm saying? So those vibrations mean a lot to me. So, like, when I'm making a song, I want somebody to just like kind of listen and feel what I was going through, and they, you know, attach it to their life, let it be like the soundtrack to whatever they got going on with them. You know what I'm saying? And just let it just marinate in their soul. You feel me? Like it's all about being relatable to me. You know, everybody might be, you know, like, true story. I did the I'm So High record, and I had a fan walk up to me and it was like, yo, you don't even understand. I was going through so much. I was, you know, I was at my wits' end. I didn't know what to do with my life. I really considered suicide.
Right.
And I was sitting, and the day I was considering that, your song came on. And the energy and the way it made me feel good about myself, I've been just getting my shit together ever since then, man. I thank you for that. And so when I do a song, that resonates in the back of my head, that I could be saving somebody's life, or that, you know, somebody could be having a bad day before they get home, and before they take it out on their significant other, my song has got them in a great mood. You
Right.
feel me?
Thanks.
You know,
a sense of help. You're a help if you want to have a good time. If you're down, I can help you uplift yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I think we need more positive energy out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like been what I've been on right now. Just feel good music where you just hear it and it just makes you feel real good. That's it.
So this new album project you working on, Throwback Thursdays.
Throwback Thursdays. Yeah, like, I wanted to take a lot of the elements of things that I liked when I bought CDs, you know, like skits and songs that led to another song, and, you know, performances, and the big, because right now it's like artists, they drop record. They tell you that it's push a single. But I wanted to do something where you can hear what I've been going through for the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying, and relate. And I felt like one song couldn't do that. I kind of want to take you on a journey with me so that you can listen to it and vibe. And you know, you might not feel that way, but you feel that way about the next record. So that's why I called it Throwback Thursday.
Okay. And I wanted to get back to the creative process, because I know you probably write, I know you probably freestyle, and like you said, you probably at home riding on the way home and you coming up with bars like that. Like, how is it, like, different ways how you come up with all your different songs? You probably just let them know a few ways.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's really just one way right now. Like, okay. I watched a rapper named Mr. Cheeks go into the studio, and he cut a record. He didn't write nothing. He's just like, we sitting up there and we writing our whole song, and all of us are just like stuck, you know. Shout out to EFN. And
which EFN? DJ EFN?
DJ EFN.
Shout
we
out
doing
DJ
a song
EFN.
with DJ EFN and Mr. Cheeks. And we just stagnant. And he's listening, you know, he rolls his joint. He's like, run the record. And it, all right, come on, bring it back. I'll punch in. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. But I was like, I'm thinking, look how unrestricted he is. He's like, you don't have to, he just, how he feel. And sometimes we be feeling real good when we writing, but we can't capture that fast and our brain don't work fast enough. After seeing that, I kind of like, all right, I don't want those shackles on me either. So I think Get Fucked Up might have been the first record I ever did like that, where it was just like go in there and just flow and feel it out.
And you did a great job. Know what I'm saying? You know, y'all saved a lot of DJs too on them late nights, 7 summers straight, 8 summers short. What we gonna do? If you smoke weed, this is what we gotta do, man. We gotta bring the club. We gotta get everybody back dancing. And even in a modern day time with the I'm So High and the ecstasy. But right now, Throwback Thursday coming soon, TBT. You got your boy Mcklezie gonna be blending in the throwback 90s stuff with a little bit of the modern day TBT vibe.
The vibe is just like, you know what I'm saying? It's what you want Miami to sound like. That feel good. They say the juking, the sticking.
I was about to say, okay, you gonna bring some of that back too?
Oh man, it's just like it's that but upgraded, like, you know.
Right.
And what it was is when I got out of prison, people were like, yo, why can't people do what you doing right now? I'm like, I mean, like people don't want that no more. Like, you crazy, but then you go into these parties and like you said, they still playing I'm So High. They still playing Get Fucked Up. They still playing Ecstasy. So they want to hear it, but they just don't have no new music that sounds like that.
And they got to still play them. They got to. I'm telling you, I done been places in them records say today, all right, club back, let everybody back, buying bar back, bar, people buying drinks, somebody meeting somebody, people talking, dancing. You need them records. Because if, like you said, if your people can't get home safe, you losing fans to violence.
I've watched it turn back up parties, the whole sound.
Right.
So I wanted to recreate that with the whole album. So that the album is like for the majority part, like that. And the response is crazy. Like it's stupid. I got a record from my big homie, the Unc, JT Money. He came in and I was like, I want to do something, but I want you kind of come on my vibe. So he came on my vibe, and you got the old JT Money flow on the record.
Salute
I did with
JT.
him. You know what I'm saying? Got a record with Piccolo. I just added a lot of Miami sound to it. Let me see, DJ Nasty. I got a record with DJ Nasty, so you know, like exactly. So it's called Drop It Like Your Mama.
Okay.
And it's just like one of them parties, you know, that whole juke vibe, get you ready. You know what I'm saying? And have the women get crazy when they hear the song.
Right. By you being a Miami veteran and, you know, you playing a part of the community, like how important is it for you to be like involved with certain things with like the people? Because they are your fans and they are your distant supporters and distant family. Like how important is it for you to be a part of the community and events and, you know, certain situations where you could be accessible to the public?
Right. I mean, obviously that's good. I think that's great for the community because sometimes it takes seeing somebody that you admire or you like their music, whatever like that, for you to say, I could do this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like if you touch that many people, you know, in a positive way, you should be able to come out there and see reap the rewards of what you've done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to get out there and, you know, and let people hear you and stay active, you know, to counteract some of this negative stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know?
So right now, you know, I always ask my guests, you know, something special to tell the people out there, or somebody younger might want to do the same thing you're doing, being an artist and a producer at the same time. Any good advice?
I mean, learn your craft. Don't let anybody talk you out of knowing as much about your craft as you should know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to take making music and making beats and rapping serious, like, you know, take some music theory. Music theory can help you prepare better songs. Take some writing classes, you know, open your vocabulary up if you want to write for other people's. Be able to see how else you can make money in this game other than just being a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Be a producer. You could be a writer for somebody. You could write jingles, you know what I'm saying? There's different ways to apply your craft. But you got to take your craft serious to do it.
And how important is it right now for content, creating pictures and videos on every other daily basis as an artist?
It was a time in the game where you was just the artist, and that's all that mattered. Right. Your music is good, we fuck with you.
You just got to show up.
Now you're not an artist no more. You're a brand.
Right.
And every time you open your mouth, every time they see you, your objective is simply to sell what you got. Sell your wares. You know what I'm saying? I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm a this, I'm a that. I got a fashion line, I got whatever you're doing, you selling that. So content is just selling who you are, letting people know who you are so that you're much more than just an artist, because people are not just satisfied with you being an artist. Those days is over. They want to know every aspect of your life, what you're doing. Do you have a baby mama? Do you have any kids? Like, you know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? And content also is important because they got to get to know you, because
and you selling lifestyle, image,
as long as you're being real, who you are.
Facts.
But you know, they getting to know you. Sometimes, you know, like I could be a little introverted. You know what I'm saying? I get this all the time. I didn't know you was that funny. Like, you know, but you ain't gonna know it because, you know, I don't show it. You know, I'm here. I do what I gotta do, and I'm out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the social media has allowed people to see a glimpse of my humor, you know, whether it's sarcastic or dark or however it is, but they can see it now. So they can, you know, vibe with me. So those people that's on that now is like, oh, I got a friend that'll like these jokes I'm sending them. You know what I'm saying? But it takes you doing content to get out there and let people know who you are.
And last thing but not least, I wanted to know, how important is it for you to like get comfortable in your own skin and practice being yourself as an artist, producer, as a man, period, just being yourself and, you know, being comfortable in your own skin, you know, not being influenced. Well, you could be influenced, but for the right reasons.
You should always be who you are, period, because like otherwise you selling a lie. Right. And when you selling a lie, people can never really fully attached to what you got going on. Right. Sometimes you don't want to have your personal life out like that, but you should always be true to who you are. It shouldn't be a situation where you're one person one place and one person another place.
Right.
And when you get out of that, when you get into the realm where you're comfortable, when you're comfortable in your own skin, it shows in your music.
Right.
It shows in your content. Tupac was comfortable in his skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. He curse you out. He feel like cursing you out. He feel like being an asshole. He was an asshole, but he was comfortable, and that's why people loved him. They, you know what I'm saying? You get past it. Oh, you a little hothead or whatever. Like, you get that because he's speaking his mind. You feel his energy. DMX, comfortable in his own skin. You feel his mind. You feel his energy. So when you're comfortable in your own skin, people gravitate towards you quicker, because they feel like they know you. Or it's something about you that's captivating them. But when you lie and you're not comfortable, they can read that too.
So right now, Throwback Thursday coming soon. Let the people get a glimpse of 2 singles. What 2 singles you think you might be pushing first, just so they can hear the names of them?
If you know me, then you're familiar with one of the records. It's Okay, We Shown It. Dropped that out a while ago and let it vibe. So it's on the album. But Drop It Like Your Mama featuring DJ Nasty is a very big record. And Do It Friend. Oh yeah, Do It Friend. Do it, friend. Do it, friend. You know what I'm saying? I did that for the girls.
With your besties and just do it, friend.
Do it, friend. Do it. You know, you see, you got to get out there and enjoy yourself. Like that feeling of like, fuck them niggas. We going out. We going to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, this their anthem. Y'all go ahead, do your thing, enjoy yourself.
Mcklezie, Throwback Thursday coming soon. Y'all stay tuned.
It's coming the 10th, October the 10th.
October 10th. So y'all be on the lookout, man. Grab your 3D shades. We coming straight at you, man. This Higher Voltage, man. It was an honor to have you on the episode, man.
Thank you
Give
very
you your
much.
flowers, man. Dade County legend, man. The music has surpassed our city and state. And, you know, we need to honor some of the people who put in work for us before we got there. Like you said, he was kicking in those, getting played in Europe. So y'all be looking forward to Throwback Thursday coming soon. Higher Voltage. More episodes, more interviews coming soon. We out.
Higher Voltage.
So everybody want to know, what is Higher Voltage? Well, it's a platform. We're here to offer services for every upcoming business, every music label, every business, every artist, rapper, singer. Even if you have a product or a merchandise, that's what we're here for. We're here to give you plenty episodes and plenty shows. Y'all like, subscribe, and comment. Dollar Bill 305, Higher Voltage. Let's go.
Higher Voltage.